This lens has been glued to my camera for the past month or so. It is the Viltrox 20mm f2.8. It's a autofocus lens, it's full frame, so on this Sony A7R II you get the full 20mm. Yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. I kind of ended up owning this lens in a bit of a panic, maybe a bit by accident. I came across this Sony A7R body. It needed a repair to fix the buttons on the back. I was able to fix that and then realized, oh, I don't have any Sony lenses. So I was searching for one that would do good video and be good for photos. And yeah, came across this little Viltrox lens and it's been perfect for what I've needed. So at the minute I am recording on a 28mm lens and you should be seeing the full frame of that. I'm using another A7R body for filming this. 28mm is about as wide as I'd ever gone before with a prime lens. I was a bit worried going to a 20mm if it was going to look a little bit too wacky or a little bit too wide, but actually the distortion on this is basically zero. You bring the photos into Lightroom and yes, you do see a little bit of like lens barrel distortion correction, but even without that, it's not very noticeable. Partly my reason for getting into the Sony system was I wanted something better for video and autofocus video. So I'm filming on another A7R II. That's a story for another time as well. But the 20mm on this is such a cool like focal length field of view for these sort of like YouTube talking head style videos. So I'm shooting on a 28mm manual focus Canon lens at the minute. When I have this on the camera, I can get a little bit closer. I can use that low 2.8 aperture to sort of throw the background out a little bit. You get this sort of more intimate talking head style vlog-esque look to the video, which is kind of hard to reproduce. There's not many other lenses that have the same sort of characteristics. The autofocus is very good. I was a little bit worried about that as well. Like, is it going to be noisy? Often on cheap lenses like this, you sort of get that weird sort of crickety clicking noise with the autofocus. I think there's a small bit of noise that you hear, but you honestly have to sort of hold your ear right up to it to hear it doing that. Now working on the A7R with the AFC, so the continuous autofocus, it's very good. I know more modern Sony cameras are way better autofocus than the A7R II, but it works very well. I'm very pleased with it. The other thing that kind of surprised me was how much I loved taking photos with this. I thought maybe I was going to need to get more like a portrait lens for taking family photos and travel photos, that kind of thing. But it's been really good at capturing my kids running around. So I have 3 young kids. They're all under 4. And the idea of trying to take a picture of them on like a 50mm or 35mm lens just kind of gives me nightmares. They don't stand still long enough. So this 20mm has been amazing. I can get really up close to what they're doing and, you know, when they're having fun or running around, and the 20mm sort of captures that. It really feels like you're a little kid in the photo with them. And if they do stand still for a few seconds, if I can get up close enough, that 2.8 aperture is still enough to sort of throw the background out and get a really nice sort of like fun environmental sort of portrait. So yeah, I've got really good photos of the kids with this, which is not something I was expecting. So should you get this lens? I think there's definitely a market where if you don't have a camera at the minute and you want to get into the Sony system, you're probably looking at a few different options. You're maybe looking at like the ZV-E10 or the A6000 series, or these older Mark II A7Rs or the A7S II. They're all in and around the same price, like £400, £500 or £600. And of course, when you buy the camera, you then need to buy a lens. And if you want a lens that's really high quality, like the quality of the images out of this are unbelievable, very sharp and punching way above the price range that it is. If you're buying a camera body and then you need to buy a lens too, the option of an older A7S II or an A7R II and this lens, I think unlocks so much more in your photography than you might get from a ZV-10 with the same lens or a cheaper sort of zoom kit lens. Having a full frame and this sort of like more professional body, like it feels really solid, this A7 camera, I think you might just get a bit more fun out of it. I own the ZV-10 too, and I use it a little bit, but it feels a little bit small. I'm more used to like a proper camera grip, and yeah, so I think if you are looking to get into the system and you need some kind of lens to get you started, the 20mm is a very fun one to pick up and have a go with. In the end, I think you're probably just trying to convince yourself that you should buy this. I think you probably should. It's a no-brainer, just try it out. I think if you get it and you get it on your camera, you're gonna get a lot of use out of it. So yeah, hopefully this helps you make a decision. Thank you so much for watching. In the next video, I'll maybe talk a little bit about how I ended up with these cameras and how I fixed them. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Chat to you again soon.